Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel. I'm going to jump straight in for you guys and get straight on with the reading. I am poorly at the moment. I've got a bit of a cold, so if I'm sniffling throughout the video, I apologise in advance. Lots of cards jumping for you, Cancer, at the moment. So I apologise in advance, but I didn't want to wait too long to get these videos out. As always, the information that you need about me can be found in the description box below. So we're just going to get straight into it, Cancer. Really exciting time for you at the moment. I'm not taking these cards. With the moon being a supermoon at the moment, and Cancer obviously rules the moon. So supermoon in Pisces, really exciting time. It's a time of germination. So there's a lot going on beneath the surface at the moment for everybody. But since Pisces is your sister sign and you are ruled by the moon, then this would be affecting you also. So I have pre-shuffled off screen as well to make sure that I get a nice reading for you guys. Okay. Okay, so right in the middle of your spread, Cancer, we've got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card of possibly over drinking, okay, so possibly misuse of substances, that kind of thing. But it's a card of confusion, it's a card of illusion, and it's a card of really not knowing which way to go, okay? It's a card of choices. You know, you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with a choice that you have to make at the moment, knowing which way to go, that kind of thing. But if you can see on this card, this guy's really thinking about his options, okay? So this is the card of options. So he's really thinking about his options, thinking about which way he wants to go, you know, which is the one that sings closest to his heart space, which is the one that feels right, okay? So because cups are all about feeling. There is a warning with this card of not everything is as it seems. So that's just something to be mindful of, okay? There's a tendency to self-delude with the Seven of Swords, you know, making up scenarios in our heads, thinking that something is one way when it's actually another. So things are just unclear to you at the moment. And when I was pre-shuffling, the Page of Swords came up. So the Page of Swords is all about not really making any moves, just keeping an ear out, keeping an eye out, you know, looking for signs, looking for signals. But this is really kind of having your feelers out. I'm just getting, you know, that vibe of you having your feelers out at the moment and considering your options. We've got the star that's crossing that, okay? So the star is Aquarius energy, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but the star's very much a card of healing, okay? And I feel like that's what's happening, especially in this month, is this vibe of healing with the new moon in Pisces. Okay, the star is all about a wish come true. So you may be wanting, you may have your heart set on something, okay, because it really is the heart's desire. If you can see, she's clinging on to this string. So it's all about the heart's desire, you know, this wish coming true, this fulfillment of, you know, the emotions basically, and really kind of getting what it is that you actually want. So you may be considering your options in regards to how to get to the place that you want to get, or how to bring this thing into manifestation, because it's going to bring a sense of healing for you. I feel like maybe things have been a little bit up in the air in the past, and it's almost like you're at a point where you're just wanting to collect all that energy, you know, collect all that energy, really use it for yourself, really use it to heal the heart space, to heal the mind as well, is what I'm hearing. But there's some confusion. So if you are kind of delving into spiritual practices or healing practices, there may be some confusion in regards to which way you want to go. You know, what do you want to study? Do you want to study the Kabbalah? Do you want to study the Bible? Do you want to study astrology? Do you want to study, you know, spirituality is a very broad umbrella. And like I said, with this new moon in Pisces, you may be considering kind of delving into spirituality a little bit deeper, really trying to find your place in that field, basically. The Eight of Cups is what's grounding this reading. It's what's driving this reading, okay? So you've had to walk away from a lot of hardships in the past, maybe a lot of failed relationships. There's a lot of emotional baggage that you're releasing right now, okay? Again, with this new moon in Pisces, it's almost like there's a lot of emotional baggage that you're releasing. Sorry, I'm trying to focus with this light, but it just doesn't want to do it sometimes. So you are burning bridges, you're walking away from things that no longer serve you at the moment. You're really kind of cutting the cord and trying to overcome a lot of hardships of the past. The eights always talk about strength, they talk about a show of strength. So you're showing up here as, you know, you're showing strength. You're leaving all that crap in the past that no longer serves you, the stuff that you just want to get away from, relationships, friendships that have failed. You know, this could even be family members, just anything that just causes you that sense of, you know, that depletion of energy, that thing that just holds you down and drags you down and just makes you feel probably less than what you're capable of. If you can see in the background, she's walking towards the sun on the horizon. Okay, so this really tells me that you're ascending spiritually. Now, this is why I'm picking up this delving into spiritual practices. Okay, this could be something that's very, very new to you, because the Ace of Swords that showed up in the pre-shuffle, that really is a card of newness. It's about new knowledge. So there could be a lot of you actually delving into new areas where, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to healing the heart space, when it comes to ascending that spiritual self, that you know, I'm just getting this like evolving spiritually. Some of you could actually be awakening, and I am going to do a video on this with regards to this new moon in Pisces. But it's all about awakening those dormant cells within the brain, you know, that spiritual evolution that really puts us on a new path. It clears our perspective. We see things in a different way. I think that you've been stuck in some energy for quite some time. You're releasing it, you're letting it go, okay? So judgment showing up in the past. Judgment is all about clearing out karmic cycles, okay? It's all about releasing, letting go. This can be quite devastating, since judgment is ruled by Pluto. Again, Pluto rules Scorpio, which is another water sign. So lots going on within the psyche at the moment, especially for you, Cancer. You're letting go of everything that's just been holding you down, weighing you down, really kind of taken away from that uplifting spirit, you know, that uplifting sense that you have towards life. Water can be quite drowning, okay? So water energy is very consuming, okay? So in the past, you may have felt very consumed by your emotions, but you're letting that go. You're just not sure which way to go in order to heal. You're not sure which practice to submerge yourself in, let's just put it that way. Again, we've got this Ace of Swords showing up at the top. This is a brand new perspective. This is seeing things clearly, seeing things from a whole new level. We've got this spiral staircase going down, you know, here, up in the brain space. And this is really about accessing that pineal gland, accessing that, again, those dormant brains, and igniting them and giving life to them. So there's definitely a sense of spiritual awakening with this reading, Cancer. And I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Again, I just keep repeating, this new moon in Pisces is going to do a lot for you and a lot for your psyche. It's clearing out a lot of the hurts of the past. You know, Pluto is the sign that rules excrement. Bullshit, basically. All the bullshit that's been weighing you down, you're getting rid of it, you're letting it go, you're releasing it. Oh, this is a really good reading. This is a really, really good reading. It's an exciting reading, okay? So in the future, you've got the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is someone who is a little bit all over the place. And again, this is the mental making all those connections and really kind of going from one thing to another, to another, to another. You may be coming to the understanding that all things are connected. You know, there's a reason why these things have happened to you in the past. There's a reason why you find yourself in the position that you're in now. Okay, because this Knight of Swords is kind of like mental energy. It's all over the place. It's like bing, 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 bing. It's like a bit like ping pong. I'm really picking up astrology in this reading. So a lot of you could be getting into astrology, because when you read a birth chart, a natal chart, or a horoscope, it is very much like ping pong. You know, you follow the signs, you follow the signals, you make all these connections, and it really kind of culminates and gives you the answers that it is that you're seeking. So you could be seeking answers at the moment to your problems and your issues. That leads me to believe that you could be seeking guidance from a spiritual teacher. Not just a spiritual teacher, it could be someone like a psychologist, someone like a therapist or a counsellor or something like that. But you're really delving into the psyche, really trying to make sense of it, okay, and rationalise the way that you're feeling, rationalise those emotions, really kind of gain some clarity on them. We've got the Seven of Wands showing up here. Now, the Sevens, again, are all about progress. They're all about moving forward, and this is about spiritual progression. The Seven of Swords also talks about defiance. It also really talks about taking a stance, basically, taking a stance in regards to the group. Okay, so you are kind of leading your own way, you're leading your own path, you're going off in your own direction, and that might ruffle a few feathers, that might rub a few people up the wrong way, but it's really important for you to do this in terms of your spiritual ascension, in terms of that enlightenment. You know, we are all on our own path, and as much advice and opinions that we can get from other people, it really is down to us to be able to kind of draw a line under it and say, no, that's what resonates with me the most. So the Seven of Wands is really a card of doing your own thing, you know, not being you know, not succumbing to peer pressure. Basically, that's what I'm hearing for this card. And if you can see here, there's a light in her solar plexus. Okay, so again, the solar plexus really talks about that seed that's germinating, that seed that is germinating in order for us to ascend. Again, I'm going to do a video on this, so stay tuned for that and subscribe so that you can be notified of that. We've got the Ten of Wands here. Well, Ten of Wands really talks about leaving that emotional baggage behind. Okay, it really talks about not wanting to deal with certain things, people, places, events anymore. It talks about going on your own path. The end really, the 10 really marks the end of a journey, you know, so you have been on this journey of ascension. That's all I keep getting, you know, you've been through the mill, you've been, you know, beat down and had lots of things thrown at you, and lots of responsibilities come your way and lots of pressure. I'm hearing that you're under a lot of pressure, and you're finally at a point where you're actually letting go of that and you're releasing it. Okay, you're on a brand new path. If you can see as well, this girl in the card, she's got a wand in her hand. Okay, so the wand really is symbolic of the Ace of Wands, and it talks about a brand new beginning, something that's uplifting, something that is exciting. Okay, so if you're delving into this spiritual world, that you're finding that really exciting, it's really singing to you at the moment, and it's arousing you, and it's giving you that motivation to continue on this spiritual practice. Okay, so meditation could be helpful for a lot of you at this time. So I'm just seeing this meditation taking place. The King of Pentacles is showing up for you as well. So the King of Pentacles is really about owning yourself, owning up, holding yourself accountable, you know, being your own parent, basically, is what I want to say. It's ruled by Taurus. Taurus is fixed energy. Okay, so it talks about possessions, stability, security. I really feel like you're trying to manifest your own sense of security. You're trying to be your own castle, basically. You know, castles are not easy to tear down. And I really feel like you're trying to, brick by brick, build that sense of stability for yourself. Maybe in the past you've put that responsibility in the hands of other people and they've let you down. And it's really kind of caused you a sense of hurt. It's caused you a sense of like inadequacy, basically. That's what I think I'm trying to say. Inadequacy of, you know, I'm not good enough. Maybe it's me. You're kind of giving yourself or in the past, all that self-doubt, all those negative words, all those negative thoughts. Okay, so you're not doing that anymore. I really feel like you're trying to take your power back here, especially with this King of Pentacles showing up. This is the catch, you know. Look at that wolf sat next to him. That wolf is, you know, it's vigilance. This is someone who is very, very aware of their environment, aware of the things that's going on around them, aware of the things that they're able to change and not change, and invest into and not invest into. So I'm just getting this culmination of the environment and spiritual practice. So it may be that you're actually pulling back from your surroundings right now. You're really kind of retreating, because I know that Cancerians like to do that, you know, in order to regain their strength. They're very introverted typically. You know, so it's almost like you are becoming aware that your environment is having an effect on you. Your environment is really kind of rippling. It's having a ripple effect, and that's really kind of affecting you on a soul level. The Fool talks about taking a risk, you know, letting things go, you know, just kind of throwing caution to the wind. So there's an element of wanting to free yourself from something here. There's an element of really wanting to, again, just start on this journey, start on this new path. this Fool card is often the hero in all the stories that we listen to, in all the things that we watch on television. The Fool is symbolic of the hero. Okay, so Hercules, when he goes on his trials and he has to complete all these tests, that really tells the story of the hero, and the hero overcoming and returning to his homeland, praised for his achievements, basically. So I do feel like you are starting off on this spiritual path. You might be brand new. I'm getting this is something you've never done before. This is an area of life that you've never dived into before, and it's really exciting, but it can be also overwhelming. Jupiter's in the sign of Aries at the moment, so if you have Aries heavy in your chart, or you have Aries aspected in your chart, your birth chart, then that really is about a broadening of the God brain, of the cerebrum, of the brain, basically. And it really talks about an opening up and an expansion. Okay, so you may be experiencing expansion of the mind at the moment, broadening your perspective, you know, reading about different cultures, reading about different eras, even trying to draw some truths from them, because they are littered with truths. A lot of mythology, a lot of these stories that we read, you know, these are there are profound truths in them. They're allegories for deeper meaning, deeper spiritual meaning. So you could be delving into books at the moment. Venus is moving into Aries on the 22nd, I think it is. So if that's the case, then again, there could be purchasing of books, there could be purchasing even of tickets, you could be traveling. You could be traveling to try and find yourself. You know, you could be going to places that are renowned for spirituality. You may be going to somewhere like the Amazon rainforest to drink ayahuasca, you know, that kind of thing. New experiences, but very, very spiritual in nature. The Four of Cups is showing up here. Now, the Four of Cups talks about a depletion in terms of emotion. So you may be feeling very flat at the moment. You may be feeling very, you know, this isn't negative. It's not a negative card. Emotions are stable, but they're just a little bit, you know, a little bit flat. It's almost like you want to give that life back to yourself. Bring that life back. Bring that va-va-voom I'm hearing. So a lot of healing needs to take place, and it is coming. You know, if you can see, look at the hand, it's almost like a gift from the universe. You can't see it. Magic tends to happen in the background, and it's only when it's manifest that we realise that this thing has been happening all along. I feel like you may be reminiscing on times gone by, you know, all the pleasures of childhood, maybe, you know, when life was just a little bit more exciting and you were experiencing things in a new way. It's almost like you want that back. You want that childlike enthusiasm for life back. You want to be able to experience things, and it give you a sense of meaning. It give you a sense of purpose. I feel like that may be lost on you a little bit at the moment. Okay, we've got the Hangman showing up here as well. The Hangman really represents Pisces energy. It really represents water. It represents that deep spiritual connection. Again, Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Okay, so this is the card of Neptune, and Neptune is all about spirituality, mysticism, the unknown, the unseen. It talks about confinement. You know, spirituality is very, very solitary. It's something that happens within the self. So although lots of people experience it, it very much is an independent process. And it's our responsibility to ascend. It's our responsibility to push the oil up into the cerebrum and really awaken those dormant cells. The way that we do that is through good practices, such as, I'm really getting a loud ringing in my ears at the moment, so I'm not sure what that's about, but it's so loud it's actually distracting me, so I apologise. Taurus here, again, Venus energy. This is about that spiritual guide. This is about them lessons, you know, those lessons that we learn. You know, you may be kind of going to classes, you know, reaching out to people. There's lots of symbology that's showing up in this card. Again, I'm just getting you know, you're looking for signs and signals and reading about different religions and different practices and what they mean and things like that. This is really nice reading, actually. I love this reading. This is like a whole vibe for me. Seven of Pentacles, okay? Seven of Pentacles is really, look at all that work that's going on beneath the surface. You're trying to manifest something. You may not be seeing the results of it right now, but that doesn't mean to say that the magic isn't taking place. So whatever it is that you're digesting at the moment, whatever it is that you're taking in, whatever it is that you're learning, you may be feeling like it's not sticking or it's not working. Keep going with that practice, because these things seldom happen straight away. It's something that is, that, you know, this is a lifelong pursuit. Spirituality isn't something that starts and stops. It is just basically life and your connection to it. So even though things don't seem to be manifesting maybe for you at the moment, that doesn't mean to say that things are not happening beneath the surface. Those connections are definitely being made. You are making progress. We've got 7-7 here. In fact, you've got 7-7-7. So you may be seeing 7-7-7 a lot. 7 is actually the sign that rules the Chariot, which again is Cancer. It's the card of Cancer. It's the card of progress, moving forward, really kind of being your own counsel, you know, taking action, doing the things that you need to do to get to where you need to get. Okay, so a lot of healing is taking place. This is an amazing reading. And finally, from this deck, I'm going to pull the Queen of Swords. Again, the Queen of Swords, very analytical. Libra energy, balance, harmony, you know, trying to balance the equilibrium, you know, if that makes sense to you. This is a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs take action. Cardinal signs, Cancer's a cardinal sign. This is action in emotion, action in thought. Okay, so you're really thinking about your emotions at the moment. You're really thinking about the things that will bring you a sense of peace, bring you a sense of balance, bring you a sense of harmony. And this is why I'm picking up the environment. You know, there's a lot of temptations around us in our environment that can often knock us off that path. It can knock us off that spiritual course. It's very hard to get on this path in a very serious manner, okay? But once you start making those connections, once things start showing themselves to you, it's really hard to get off this path, to be honest with you. I've been doing it for some years now, and I'm at a point where I am realizing the importance of it. I am seeing that when I don't practice spiritually, what actually happens, you know, what happens to the body, what happens to the mind. I really start to slow down. I start to become really bogged down with the mundaneness of life, you know, with the chores and the tasks and the things that we have to keep up to in order to survive. When I practice spiritually, and this is just, you know, my perspective, but when I practice spiritually, it really gives me a sense of purpose. It makes me realize that what I'm doing is for the betterment of myself and for the betterment of the people around me, because when I feel full and when I feel whole, that kind of feeds everybody else around me, okay? Especially things, you know, people like children, especially people that were in relationships with, friends, family, that kind of thing. It's really important that we maintain that level of harmony within ourselves, basically. I'm going to pull some Kipper cards for you, see what comes out here. This is a really, really nice reading. I'm also seeing Aleister Crowley's 777, the book. I think it's called Libra or something. Anyway, Google it. There might be some messages in there. I've actually got a copy. It's quite hard to read. However, there's a lot of truths that are written in these books, you know, these ancient books, these books of mysticism and occult science. There's a lot of knowledge in those books, so that might be an indicator for you to start reading those things. So we've got the Lovers here. So the Lovers is showing up, okay? So there could be somebody that you're in relationship to, but really the Lovers really talks about the love that we have for ourselves. There is the projected version of ourselves that we have, but there's also the inner version that we have, which is much more subtle. It's a side of ourselves that we don't often show people. The Lovers really talks about unification of the two, you know, bringing the self into alignment. When the Lovers comes up, it can also talk about seeing ourselves in somebody else, okay? When we have love for ourselves, we are able to see love in other people. That's a really beautiful thing. The Lovers showing up may be indicative of somebody that you've recently met or somebody that you're in relationship to who is being your spiritual guide, who is being your spiritual teacher. This is someone that holds a lot of knowledge, okay? If you just take the time to listen to them. That doesn't mean take the word as gospel, you know, go off and do your own research, but definitely there's somebody around you that's really guiding you at this moment. They have a lot to teach you. When we meet people, we often mirror them. We often see a lot of ourselves in them, even if it's part of ourselves that we don't like, you know, that is highlighted, and it's highlighted for a reason, so that we're able to work on that part of ourselves in order to ascend spiritually. You know, that's really what life's about. It's about lessons and blessings, basically. You meet people as a blessing so that they can teach you the lesson. Family room, okay, so again, this could be a family member. Family room really talks about activity. You know, there's a lot going on in the privacy of your home at the moment. There's a lot going on in the privacy of the psyche as well. You know, Solomon's temple, you are your own temple. And family room really talks about, you know, the center of all of that, the center of everything. Again, I'm just picking up that pineal gland, the center of the brain, the center of the cerebrum. Again, and Aries energy is coming up again in this reading. So we've got bad health again, you know, so really trying to clear out those toxins, really trying to ascend. Bad health, somebody could be experiencing a bout of bad health at the moment. I know I am, and I've got Jupiter in Cancer. So there's bad health at the moment, and really what that is your body trying to get rid of bad germ, your body trying to get rid of toxins. When you have symptoms like sneezes and coughs and colds, the illness has already taken place. This is your body ridding yourself of the illness. So I do feel again like there's this purging, this releasing of all this toxic negative energy coming from you at the moment, Cancer. And you may be looking to spiritual practices in order to elevate that process and speed it up, basically. Great fortune, absolutely. You're going to do this. You are going to do this, and you're going to realise that through this process, you are abundant. You know, you have everything that you need. This is gold. You know, if you can see the gold, it's pouring from this urn. Okay, this gold is the wax that the brain secretes, which is really what happens. Just dropped a card. It's the gold, you know, that the brain secretes. It's the honey from the honey pot. It's really telling me, you know, again, it's just talking about that spiritual ascension. This is big, big energy for somebody out there. Someone's having a spiritual awakening at the moment. Leave a comment and let me know. You know, you're really ridding yourself of the toxins. You're healing. This is a card of healing, you know. Bad health, you are, you know, can you see the nurse? It's almost like she's tending to the patient's needs. So whatever it is that you need healing, you know, that's what you are tending to. You are nursing that. You may be spending a lot of time at home at the moment. You may not be going out. Okay, so you've really found comfort in your solitude with this family room card. It's almost like in those quiet moments, that's really when you can get deep within. You know, you can go deep within. You can really sink into the psyche and pick out those weak spots or those areas that need tending to. Okay, we've got the Four of Wands showing up. So Four of Wands talks about stability of the spirit, okay? It talks about happiness. It talks about things coming together and coming into alignment. You're going to be celebrating this. You really are going to be reaching this peak. You're going to be really happy with how things are working out for you. I do think that things are going to start to manifest for you, absolutely. Right now, you might not be seeing them, okay? But it's definitely happening in the background. We've got mature woman, okay? So mature woman, this could indicate a mature woman. You could be in a relationship with a mature woman or somebody, a female that's older than you, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Because it's not gender specific. Mature woman really talks about elevating the inner psyche, okay? It really talks about something in full bloom, okay, something in full blossom. The mature woman is a woman that's lived a life, you know, and women often represent the soul, so the inner self. They're ruled by the moon. The moon is the subconscious, and this is about maturing the subconscious mind, you know, really developing those spiritual gifts, really developing those aspects of ourselves that we don't often see. And then we've got child again. This is about healing that inner child. So something could have taken place in your childhood that you really needed to heal from. It could have been holding you back somewhat. It really could have been stunting your progression. Because maybe you just didn't want to revisit or relive this situation that happened or took place in the past. This could also be indicative of a mature woman with a child, okay? Maybe you've met someone recently who has children, and it's making you shift your perspective. It's making you see the innocence in life. And, you know, if you're the mature woman, maybe you've just had a child, okay, and it's really kind of taking you back and making you think about how life progresses, basically, the journey that you've been on, the path that you've been on, and how you want to protect this child and how you want to serve them spiritually and make sure they develop and grow. Because Cancerians, you know, they do rule children, they rule childbearing as well. So something about children is definitely showing up in this reading. But personally, I do think that this talks about healing of the inner child, okay? We've got poverty here. Again, that's what I'm saying. Look, this is really talking, oh God, I'm sorry. This is really talking about, you know, healing that inner child. We've got the child there and we've got poverty. And it's showing up as a chimney sweeper on here. And again, chimney sweeper is all about cleaning out of the what? The chimney. Now, this really talks about, I'm not going to go into it basically, but the spinal cord, again, you know, that's the claustrum. The claustrum is the chimney and it needs cleaning, it needs cleansing so that we can ascend and the oil can ascend correctly in order to heal the inner child. Maybe you experienced poverty in childhood. Maybe you experienced a lot of hardships in childhood. There's a potential that you were neglected, okay? Maybe emotionally neglected, and that really stunted your emotional development, which is why this Seven of Cups is showing up, because it's almost like you're struggling to make sense of your emotions. You're struggling to make sense of how you're feeling, and that's really hindering you, or it has in the past. You're ready to let all that go, okay? You're looking to more spiritual practices in order to heal. I am picking up astrology heavily in this reading. So I'm going to pull a few cards from this deck that I created. We'll do it in a few chunks because it's quite a big deck. This is a really nice reading, Cancer. This is a reading of Ascension. I don't really know how else to say it. It's not really indicating any type of relationships or anything like that. This is very much soul work that you're doing right now. The signs that we've got coming up is Taurus, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Libra. Taurus heavy, so you could be dealing with a Taurus. But again, it's really talking to me about that sense of stability, you know, and learning, lessons learned, especially of the past. Again, taking control of a situation. This is perfect. You're really taking control of a situation. You're not allowing these things to rule over you anymore. You're wanting to harness all that energy for yourself. You're really wanting to ascend and level up. Be the best version of yourself, I'm hearing. My heart hurts, okay? Indicating the healing process. It's not easy to heal. It hurts. You know, the result of healing is profound. The result of healing is out of this world. I can't even explain it to you. You know, when it happened to me, it was just like a whole new world opened up to me. I was really able to let go of that emotional baggage. I was really able to put it down and actually mean it, you know, not just say it. So, but at the time that the healing was taking place, it was really painful. Literally, imagine somebody stitching your heart back together with a needle and thread, with no sedation. You know, you're completely alive throughout the whole process. You feel every single pinch. So it does hurt. So you are experiencing hurt at the moment, Cancer, but just know that it's not going to last. You know, this is how we heal. It's not an easy process, but it's very, very worthwhile. Resistance is required. Resistance is required. Okay, so resistance to all the things that really kind of, I've just done a small TikTok on this actually. So resistance is required. It really is about resisting those temptations, resisting the things that you know are against your better good. I'm really seeing devil energy here. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but that's all about toxicity, alcohol, substance abuse, you know, not sex at the wrong times, not thinking about where you're putting it, you know, sleeping with people just for the sake of it, just to feel something because you're in pain. That really has a negative impact on the psyche. It really does. And when you're engaging in sexual practice with random people that you do not know what energy you're inviting into your life. You do not know what energy you're inviting into your psyche. All these people leave stains on us. All these people mess up and F up our aura if we're not careful. You know, that's what happens when you're sleeping with random people, you know. Obviously, there's this, you know, there's the physical things, the physical detriments that happen, such as sexual infections, you know, STIs, that kind of stuff. But this is more about the energy of the people. They stick with us and they stay in us. And sometimes if you're sleeping with people repetitively, random people all the time, sleep, you get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore. It's like, who the hell am I? I've lost myself in all of these people. I can't make sense of what's me and what's not anymore. Look, me. You're really kind of in your head at the moment, trying to figure out who you are. And I've dropped a load of cards again. Let's just see what these are. Really trying to figure out who you are at the moment, Pisces. Cancer. You could be dealing with a Pisces. Be brave, okay? I'm not going to take all these cards, but I am going to, you know, be brave. So Spirit's asking you to be brave. You know, this is not an easy process that you're going through. Be brave. My heart hurts. Resistance is required, okay? Maybe you need to resist the urge to reach out to somebody that you was in a relationship with for a long time. Maybe they're the reason of the hurt. You know, mature woman talks about maybe a situation, a person that you spent a lot of time with, okay? That's just for some of you, not all of you. Your prayers are being answered. Again, this is what I was saying about that magic taking place in the background. Just because you're not seeing the result of your manifestation at the moment doesn't mean that it isn't happening and it isn't taking place. The world works in mysterious ways. It really does. I've experienced it for myself. You know, that's why I can say it with conviction. It really does. You know, before I started my spiritual practice, I didn't really believe in God. I didn't know what the power of God was. I'd never went to church. I never really read a Bible. I never read anything religious, anything like that. And I'm not trying to spread religious dogma. I'm just saying, you know, there is something in it. There is something, and it's what's it called? Physiology. You know, it's the creation of man. That's basically what it is. Hold the vision, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest at the moment, hold the vision, okay? That's really intention. This is intention-based healing. There's a reason why you're trying to heal. There's, you know, you set out, there's a purpose. Like I said, that hero on the journey, there's a reason why you want to heal. So Spirit's really saying, hold the vision. Lots of suitors showing up here. Now, with this card, lots of suitors could indicate lots of people coming your way, okay? As you are ascending, as you are glowing up, as you are turning into the person or the version of yourself that you want to be, lots of people are going to come your way. They are going to try to be in your energy, and this is where resistance is required. Again, I'm just going to talk about the whole sleeping with anyone for the sake of sleeping with anyone. You know, that can really mess up all the progress that you've done. It's important that you analyse these people carefully. You make sure that they're on the same wavelength, they're on the same vibration, because if not, they will lower that vibrational frequency, and then you may be starting from scratch all over again. So, you know, just be careful if people are coming towards you, making you propositions, that kind of thing, you know, that you kind of stay in your own lane, basically. And you know, I wouldn't say, you know, you can interact with these people, absolutely, but, you know, giving yourself to them, you know, you want to be careful doing that. These people will take, you know, there's a lot of vampires around, people that will sap and drink from you, you know, drink from you energy because you've got good vibes, and, you know, they don't give anything back. And then what happens is you end up depleted, and then you end up having to heal all over again. These are the people that you need to stay away from. We've got new love and remember when we. Okay, so new love and remember when we. So this is giving me the impression that you're about to enter into a relationship, let's just say, with somebody that you already know. This could be a friend. This could be somebody who you've actually spent time with in the past. This could be somebody who you maybe lost contact with. There's lots of memories showing up here with this remember when we. Okay, so there's a reminiscing, there's an energy of reminiscing. This could be somebody that you've known from childhood. If not, this could be somebody that you're just very familiar with, that maybe you kind of went your separate ways and separated. Again, these readings are general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But it's you know, new love will be formed, new love will be birthed from this. Somebody was, let's get some more readings, let's get some more cards on this. Okay, so who is this new love? Who is this new love? Let's have a look at that. New love. We've got two cards here of people coming towards you and, you know, new love. But I feel like it's going to be with somebody that you already know, okay? Remember when the Emperor could be dealing with an Aries. Okay, so the Emperor is really someone that's very much seated in a position of power. This is someone that you find very, very attractive. You were very attracted to this person at one point. Okay, the Emperor is somebody that is in a position of authority. They are the leaders. Okay, so maybe this is someone that really stood out to you in the past. This is someone that you found highly desirable. Aries again rules the head. So this is someone. I'm getting that this is someone that's very, very intelligent, very well read, okay? Someone that knows a lot of stuff. This person could actually be the one that's been influencing you or has influenced you in the past to really pay attention to spirituality, really pay attention to the inner workings of the self. Aries is an absolute manifester, to be honest with you. They're the first sign of the zodiac. So they are the leaders. They are the ones that just, you know, they just know. They know how to get stuff done. Fire signs are Aries. Again, this is the cardinal. So this is someone that uses their initiative. This could be somebody that actually makes the move to come towards you first. They may reach out to you in order to communicate. Or at least kickstart that communication again. I'm also seeing football as well with this Emperor. This could be somebody, again, because he's sat on that big planet Mars, okay, and then he's got the chess piece in his hand, so it's like a game of strategy. So I'm seeing football. So football could be significant for somebody. But yeah, there is something about this person that is very quite magical. I'm seeing very mystical. You know, this person is very strong-willed. This is someone that doesn't back down. They're very feisty attitude. You know, quick with the mouth. Let's just say feisty attitude. Don't hold back. Very direct speakers, direct communicators. This is someone that doesn't mess about. You know, you ask this person something and they'll tell you exactly how it is. Very, very honest, very direct. Sometimes can be a little harsh in the things that they say, but it's almost like this person just does not bullshit. They do not bullshit. It is what it is. If you don't like what they've got to say, then that's it. And then finally, the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we've got anxiety here. So anxiety is showing up. So maybe there was some anxiety surrounding this person. Maybe in the past you were very anxious around this person, or this person caused you a sense of anxiety, sleepless nights, not being able to clear the mind, you know, really kind of over-analysing a situation, absolutely, over-analysing a situation and causing yourself a sense of stress, basically, over it. This is somebody that you've got history with, absolutely. And again, you might not have been in a relationship with this person because it's new love, okay? But this could just be like new love as in, you know, you went your separate ways and now you're coming back together and you're starting this cycle again. If that's the case, make sure that this person is who they present themselves to be, and make sure this person aligns, okay, with your purpose, what it is that you're setting out to do. One thing I will say about Aries and Cancer is that they square each other. So there is a sense of tension and friction between Aries and Cancer. There's a sense of struggle. There's also a sense of just difficulty, basically. However, square aspects are interesting because they usually challenge us, okay? They usually challenge us. They make us act in ways that we never have. They make us push through, basically. And again, it's quite a good aspect for leveling up. It's quite a good aspect for overcoming conflicts and difficulties, okay? And work, you know, work is very symbolic of Aries. If this person comes into your life, okay, it could take a lot of work. That's the end of the reading, Cancer. I've just had somebody ring my buzzer because I'm having some work done, but pretty much it sums up the whole reading. This is a reading of healing. This is a reading of really kind of doing that spiritual work on yourself, and that's a great thing, Cancer. So, you know, if this reading resonates, then I really hope that you are able to find a practice that works for you. If you want a private reading, all my details can be found below. I'm going to leave the reading here, Cancer, but until then, take care.